As the power vacuum for the leadership of the Pride Troopers widens, factions begin to develop, and some people believe that Jiren should be the next leader of the Pride Troopers, and that the leadership is purposely kicking him out of meetings and not making him available for them because they are fearing his leadership. But Jiren puts them at ease, saying that no, we shouldn't be thinking about everyone else in the Pride Troopers in any ill content, any ill thoughts, because we are one team. And Jiren just tells them that he's been busy and he doesn't really want to be the leader of the Pride Troopers anyway. He just wants to do the job and get the job done. But now that Toppo is going to be the god of destruction, what is going to happen with that leadership spot and who is going to take it? Toppo witnessed the entire thing. He saw that the Pride Troopers were upset about what's going on with the leadership, and Jiren put them at ease. But he also found out that Jiren was actually sleeping during the whole celebration, or meditating during the whole celebration, and Toppo's a little bit upset about that because he put it all together and he really wanted Jiren to pay attention to it. But in the first bit of comedy from Jiren ever, Jiren tells Toppo that the truth is he wasn't meditating. Actually, that's normally what he would say, or what it would look like. He was actually sleeping the whole time. Jiren seems a little upset here, but he does tell Toppo that if he wasn't sleeping, he probably would have been the center of attention, and he really doesn't like those types of things. He doesn't like to be focused on, and he doesn't like the celebrations or anything like that. He just likes to get the job done. And so Toppo almost immediately shoots himself down, saying that, I mean, I guess I won't convince you to participate then. But Toppo knows Jiren, he's worked with him for years, and he says, you don't really seem like you're in any rush to leave anyway, so why don't we just have a chat before you get to your ship then? Which, I don't know why Jiren would need a ship, seeing as how he can just fly through space, but I mean, I guess, you know, just to be comfortable or whatever. And as they walk to the ship, Toppo asks him where he's headed after this, and Jiren says he's going to a planet called Susa, where the environment is unique. And Toppo says, Planet Susa? I've never heard of this planet before. And Jiren says, of course you haven't. I discovered the planet and I named it myself, which is such a Jiren thing to do. And this is where Toppo really cuts to the heart of it, where he tells Jiren that he's changed over the last 3 years. He's taken pupils, students, he's joined everybody else in battle, and he's gone to events where in the past he would never have gone to any of those things, and he would have been basically a lone wolf. But remember, in the Tournament of Power, he realized that he needed the team, he needed a team effort, and he can't just be doing things on his own, regardless of how strong he actually is. And Jiren agrees. He says, yep, I have changed a little bit, that's true. And Toppo says, well, I was thinking that perhaps the next step in your progress is to take on a leadership role. So it looks like Toppo was always thinking of giving that leadership spot to Jiren, even though earlier he said he was going to go with the council and see what they were going to be thinking about it. So everybody kind of thought it was going to be Jiren, except for Jiren. So now it's being thrown at him. Let's see how Jiren responds. And Jiren seems to have suspected all of this all along, but he still plays along saying, what are you saying? And he says, I was lying about the council thing. The truth is that I haven't fully decided on a successor yet. I'm in the process of asking around those who I see have a potential if they are willing. From there, I'll narrow down I think would make the best leader among them. I admire your seriousness, Jiren. I'm not just looking for a successor, but someone who can bring a fresh look to our organization. Your great power and potential also do a lot in your favor. So what do you say? Would you be willing to take leadership of the Pride Troopers? And before he can even finish his sentence, Jiren says no, flat out. Toppo's a little surprised, but he says, you're not even going to consider it? Like, take a second, take a breath, consider what I'm asking? And Jiren says that he actually hasn't changed at all. At the end of the Tournament of Power, Son Goku opened my eyes to the power of others. He taught me that solely relying on myself is not the only path to power. Others could help me to become even stronger. That is what changed for me. But my sole goal in life has always been the same, and I will never lose sight of it. I have always and always will seek ultimate power, because power is the only truth in this world, and that is an absolute fact. So Jiren's goal is not the power to lead or anything like that. He's not trying to be a leader for the Pride Troopers. He doesn't want to be a leader for the Pride Troopers, even though he sees the value in other people and other warriors and their strength and what they could do for him in getting stronger. At this point in time, he's not trying to just lead people and have them look up to him. He wants to basically have training partners, essentially, similar to what Goku and Vegeta have. He wants to be able to face off against people his strength or stronger to become even more powerful, which Jiren is by far one of the most powerful beings in all the universes, so he is the closest to that level of power that he's talking about right here. And he basically says it flat out, just exactly what I just said. Leadership would only endow me with responsibilities that would distract me from this goal, so I decline so that I may continue to focus on my path. I hope you can understand. And Toppo still challenges him, saying that, I mean, let's just think about this. Besides the angels, you're already the strongest in the universes. Like, why continue to seek strength when you're already so strong? And Jiren just completely hits the nail on the head here. He understands the true quality and value of strength and power and says, ask the question to the Saiyans, because the Saiyans never stop. No matter how strong they get, they continue to push their boundaries and get stronger. It's like almost like their pastime. It's something that they like to do as almost like a hobby that really accelerates their strength. And Jiren gives Toppo a little bit of news here, saying that, have you been paying attention to the energies from Universe 7? Which to Toppo, he has not. And that's just showing exactly, like, this interaction right here shows exactly what Jiren was talking about, because Toppo is still the leader. He hasn't become God of Destruction yet. He can't even pay attention to the energies and strengths and abilities and whatever around the universes. He's too focused on administrative duties and not really paying attention to the whole big picture. And so Jiren, basically, he is standing on all 10 toes right here, and he's 100% correct. He just, this interaction alone expresses how correct he actually is. Jiren fills him in. He says, simply put, Goku and all his allies have gotten exponentially stronger over the past 3 years. And if Jiren is saying this, that means they could be stronger. At least Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan could be stronger than Jiren was during the Tournament of Power. He says, in fact, the power that they displayed during the Tournament of Power is now insignificant compared to what they can do now, meaning that they've gotten a hell of a lot stronger. And you can see right here, these are the strongest that we can possibly see. You have Goku, Vegeta, Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego. We have Orange Piccolo, which is a brand new transformation. Broly right behind him, legendary status, and also Black Frieza, which is almost close to a God of Destruction himself. And in the middle, we have Beast Gohan. Jiren is not a fool. He's not blind. He knows what's going on in Universe 7, and Universe 7 has the strongest warriors in, probably some of the strongest warriors in all the universes at this point, and they can be a real challenge if they decided to, you know, to fight any of the other universes. And Toppo, of course, is surprised, like, what are you talking about? And Jiren says, listen, they've become way stronger than they were before. That means there's more that I can get. There's stronger that I can get to reach my ultimate goal. There's no ceiling, basically, for any of us. Toppo's a little bit in shock with how strong Universe 7 gotten, but he, at this point, is realizing, no, Jiren, you must continue your path for strength. Because, I mean, what? You got Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Broly, Frieza, and now Piccolo. That's 6 of the strongest warriors in all the universes in one universe. And Universe 11 really only has Jiren. So, at this point now, it's in Toppo's best interest to keep Jiren strong and to make sure he gets stronger. Because all 6 of them versus Jiren, yeah. The Tournament of Power, if it happened again, they would win 110%. Universe 7 would absolutely win. And as Jiren heads to the planet for training, he particularly is interested in Gohan's power, because out of everyone, his power is the most peculiar, because it's got this sort of wavelength that Jiren has felt once before. And so he is getting worried by Beast Gohan's true potential and true energy, because it's something that he's felt before, and he is not at ease from feeling this. Like, he is worried about this sort of power. But he says it coldly at the end, I refuse to be uncertain. And so it seems that maybe Jiren may be coming to Universe 7 to see for himself. We come back to Earth, and it looks like Gohan and Piccolo are trying to get a hold of Whis, but Whis is not responding, or the communicator might be broken. It's been kind of off since the fight with the Red Ribbon Army. And so Gohan's kind of wondering how they're going to be getting to Beerus' planet. Bulma kind of offers a ship, but there's no way that the ship is going to be able to get there. You know, at least not in a timely fashion. It'll take weeks, and he has only a break from work that lasts 2 months. And so he cannot waste all that time just on space travel. Remember, he's got responsibilities. And Gohan says it's just a shame, because if they fly to Beerus' planet, if they know the coordinates and fly there, they can get there in under 2 hours, but they can't breathe in space. But Piccolo has an idea. Piccolo comes up with the bright idea to, instead of them, you know, flying on their own, they can't breathe in space, or just being in the ship and let the ship fly itself, they could be inside the ship and push the ship forward. That way they can breathe the atmosphere inside the ship, but move at their own speed. But it is dangerous. Bulma says that the ship could get damaged, they could be stranded out in space. And she says maybe just wait for Whis, probably be safer. He'll probably come in a few days when he wants some food, and you know, maybe you can talk to him there. And this one's surprising here, because I forgot that Dr. Hito is working at Capsule Corp, but he is in the same laboratory, and he says, listen, if the only problem is breathing, wear a spacesuit. I've designed some spacesuits that can withstand the, you know, the flying and just the friction. Just put on the spacesuit, fly to Whis' planet, and it should be able to get you there all in one piece. Oxygen in the spacesuit lasts about 12 hours, and they only need a few hours to get there. So yeah, looks like Dr. Hito came in a pinch and is really showing that he is a valuable member of Capsule Corporation. And so Gohan and Piccolo start flying towards Beerus' planet, and they're in some suits that look kind of like Pride Trooper suits, I'm not gonna lie, but they're supposed to be spacesuits. And you can see right here that both Gohan and Jiren are both flying in space. I don't know if they can sense each other, but you can see that Jiren is worried. And that is the end of this chapter. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of today's chapter. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.